Cloudy. And it's Cloudy. We're back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't check out my last video, make sure you check out my last video. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you enjoy your staying cloudy for the day, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Your boyfriend will be uploading a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Summer's coming around. Your boy's gonna take off this year. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it to 1K before the year ends out. You know what I'm saying? Your boyfriend will be on Marvel like crazy. And it's a lot of exciting news too. Apparently, Marvel was working on a Hercules project. I didn't even know Hercules was a part of the universe. And the Midnight Suns are back.
Well, it looks like two parts of the MCU are not officially dead.
News.
These two sides are the supernatural side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the god side, but leaning more into the mythology gods. However, there's a twist on that story. We got a post-credit scene for Hercules in Thor: Love and Thunder. And unlike some post-credit scenes that Marvel Studios might just completely ignore forever, it looks like Hercules is not one of them. However, there's going to be a twist on what we thought this movie was going to be. And as far as the supernatural side of the MCU is concerned, we have great news about the Midnight Suns project, but really nothing on Blade. But it could be that Marvel Studios has, for now at least...
Bro, they better not do anything without Blade, bro. Like, I'm cool with them bringing Ghost Rider back in Avengers Doomsday. If y'all ain't hear about that news, go check out one of my past videos. I talked about it, you know what I'm saying? They talk about he gonna come back in Avengers Doomsday, Ghost Rider. I'm cool with that if Blade don't show up. But they have to have Blade showing up like right after, bro. They can't just do that and not have, like, that's kind of weird, bro. What's up with Blade, bro? Why they taking so long with Blade, bro? It can't just be the directors and the writers and stuff, bro. It gotta be more to it, bro. What's going on with Blade, bro? Are they looking for a younger actor or something like that? Like, what's going on, bro?
Scrap the plans for a solo Blade movie and are moving more into the plans of introducing Blade via the Midnight Suns team. Originally, Blade was supposed to be the Nick Fury of the Midnight Suns. Nick Fury gathered the Avengers together, and Blade was supposed to gather the Midnight Suns together. And we kind of saw this in one of the Eternals post-credit scenes, where we hear Mahershala Ali's voice talking to the Black Knight, Dane Whitman. That is one of the post-credit scenes that might not ever come to fruition, but what that was supposed to do was establish Blade as sort of that Nick Fury, that recruiter of this more supernatural side. Unfortunately, Marvel never really dove into it, and a lot of things have changed since that. But let's dive into these brand new reports today, breaking down the latest Marvel news. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news, rumors, or leaks. So today, both of these reports are coming from reliable insider Daniel RPK, and we'll start with the Midnight Suns. Now, the last we heard was that the Midnight Suns project got put on hold. During that same time, Marvel Studios officially announced that they were working on a Nova project, a Terror Inc. project, and a Strange Academy project. But they did announce that...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with that Strange Academy project, bro. Because I think Shang-Chi gonna be a part of that project. Only because, you know, he played with his powers and, you know... So I'm really thinking he gonna be there, and especially because at the end of Shang-Chi, if y'all remember, Wong came and picked up Shang-Chi and old girl. So I'm pretty sure old girl might end up having powers or something like that too, bro. You know what I'm saying? She might end up doing a little bit more. I low-key like her, bro. She low-key funny. So I hope they do both show up in Strange Academy, or I hope they show up in one of these movies coming up, bro. Because I really wanted Shang-Chi to have a second movie, like, right after the first one, bro. Shang-Chi was one of the best Marvel movies they made, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They were delaying those indefinitely. Now, Nova is one that Marvel Studios is moving forward with, but we haven't heard anything about Terror Inc. or Strange Academy. Now, keep in mind, those are shows, and the Midnight Suns project is supposed to be a movie. And now, apparently, it's back on. However, originally...
Oh, okay, so we getting a Midnight Suns movie, bro. Like I told y'all, bro, the movies they put out for Marvel is going to put out movies that's 2+ hours long now, bro. They not putting out no movies lower than that, bro. So we can expect all these movies to be really long and have a full story, or at least a complete enough story to where they can make a second story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who's in the Midnight Suns, dog? Look at all these characters behind me. We about to see some action, bro. Marvel's gonna give us some action,
Michael
bro.
Green was supposed to be writing both Blade and the Midnight Suns project, and that the movies were going to be filmed back to back. Blade would set up the Midnight
back to
Suns, and
back.
again, Blade would be one of the main characters and the leader. But now, according to Daniel RPK, Michael Green is no longer attached to the Midnight Suns. It really seems like Marvel's having trouble with
Wait, so is
Blade
it being
and with the
delayed
Midnight Suns when it comes to
again?
the scripts. This could be creative differences. They might want these projects to be a certain way, but the writers that they're bringing in don't see it the same way. It certainly wouldn't be the first time that we've heard about something like this happening. And with all
bro,
the
it seemed like
problems
they don't
that Blade
have. It seemed like they don't have no loyal writers, bro, and this pissed me off, bro. Y'all need some loyalists.
has gone through, that just might be the case. And now it looks like they might have found it easier to simply go right into the Midnight Suns than to do a solo Blade movie first. This isn't saying that a
I'm cool with
solo
that.
Blade movie won't happen, but if it
As long
does,
as
it looks
Blade
like
get a
it's
lot
going
of
to come
screen
after
time.
Blade is already
Yeah.
established in the MCU via the Midnight Suns movie. We've also kind of heard a lot of doubt surrounding a season 2 of Moon Knight. Perhaps this will be our
Bro,
way
Moon
to
Knight
get
season
more
1 was
Moon Knight
low-key
in the
fire.
MCU if he is a part of the Midnight Suns. Now, the biggest question that we have right
I
now
wouldn't be mad
about
if
the
he don't
Midnight
get.
Suns
I wouldn't
is
be mad if he don't get season 2 if he pops up in the Midnight Sun stuff, bro. I wouldn't be too mad. You know
when
what I mean?
exactly is this movie going to be released? Will
So,
it be
yeah,
part
when is
of
it
the
coming out?
multiverse saga, and will the Midnight Suns
See this, bro. This is why I think, bro. When they change the timeline of how they gonna drop the movies again, bro, it's starting to make me think they're gonna drop an extra movie or two in between. And I think Midnight Suns might be one of these movies that drop in between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, bro. It might be one of them ones.
the
Or it might
18
drop right after
possibly
Secret
in
Wars.
Avengers Doomsday, or maybe later on in Avengers Secret Wars? Or will this be a project that is released after Avengers Secret Wars in the new MCU? The new
See,
kind of
told you.
rebooted slash
That's what I'm
combined
thinking.
universe that has the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers all together. Because we just recently heard also from Daniel RPK that Thor 5 is going to be coming out in the next saga, not in the multiverse saga. So right now, Marvel is
Okay, so Thor
indeed
5 is
working
gonna
on
come out
some
later.
movies and shows most likely as well that
What is that gonna be? So I'm thinking, bro, Loki gotta survive, bro, if they doing the Thor 5. Loki gotta survive, bro. Unless Thor 5 is gonna be like seeing Savage Hulk. I mean, not Savage Hulk, Savage Thor because Loki died or something.
aren't going to be introduced before Secret Wars, but after.
What do you got there, Larry? Time machine?
Remember, they do have to think ahead into the future
Ooh, hold on. Oh, this is phase 1.
after Avengers Secret Wars. They're not just working on everything from now to Secret Wars, they're working 5 years out. Kevin Feige said at any given point in time,
5 years
whatever
out.
they have announced, they also have 5 years to 10 years past that project planned. So if I had to guess, I would assume this
Damn.
would come
Dang,
in
that's a
the
lot of
new
planning,
universe. That way, when you introduce this completely new team, it's not rushed. It's not all of a sudden forced into a story that they had nothing to do with before.
So
Sure,
this is
they
gonna
could
be.
make it work,
So those
but
gonna be the
all of a
Midnight
sudden,
Sun. Are
that way,
these
when
gonna be the
introduce
people
this
that's
completely
introduced
new
to us
team,
first? For the
it's
Midnight
not
Sun?
rushed. It's not
pretty
all
sure
of a
it's
sudden
more.
forced into a story that they had nothing to do with before. Sure, they
can't
could
wait
make
to see
it
Ghost
work,
Rider
but it just
way
sounds
back,
like
bro.
it would be easier for Marvel Studios to get this project right
Is
if
that
it came
Morbius?
after Secret Wars. But if we hear any type of update at all, we'll be sure to let you know. Now, speaking of Thor 5, we have a Thor adjacent project announcement from Daniel RPK once again. Again, coming
All right,
from
I'm
his
guessing it's the
Patreon, he
Hercules
reported
stuff.
that Marvel Studios right now is working on a Hercules project, and it is going to be with Brett Goldstein. So
I just thought about it, bro. Y'all remember? I'm not sure if he killed him or not, but didn't Thor throw a bolt at Zeus? And Hercules is the son of Zeus, right? If I'm wrong, let me know, bro. But my favorite god, you know what I'm saying, is Poseidon, bro. That's me. You know what I'm saying? I love the water. Poseidon's my guy, so I know more about him than all the other ones. But if I'm not wrong, Hercules is the son of Zeus, bro. So maybe Thor 5 is gonna be Hercules like, yo, you just murked my dad, bro. We need a squabble. And I could honestly see that being a very good story, bro, because we could see Hercules like rounding up all like his army or something and start going at Asgard, and you know, we could see a story with that. But I'm pretty sure that's probably where the story is gonna stem from when Zeus threw the bow at when Thor threw the bow at Zeus in Love and Thunder, and I'm pretty sure he killed Zeus. You know, and Hercules might be mad. Like, bro, we need a fade, bro.
It's going to be the exact same Hercules that we saw in the post-credit scene of Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, again, we are unsure about when this is going to take place.
Hercules,
depending on when it takes place, the story for this could be very different. For example, if it comes out after Avengers: Secret Wars, the whole battle with Zeus and Thor probably won't matter too much. After all, the multiverse will have just been reset.
Bro, y'all know who I think should be Hercules, bro? I'm gonna put the picture up. I think he played Jack Reacher or something like that. I forgot. But he a buff dude, you know what I'm saying? He might have to grow a beard or something, but I think he should play Hercules. You know what I'm saying? He should play Hercules.
We'll have a whole new universe. Thor will most likely have played a pretty big part in saving / restoring the multiverse, and we can assume that Loki's will as well. So that would most likely get rid of any type of ill will that Zeus and Hercules have towards Thor. Plus, not to mention, in the comics, Hercules and Thor become buds. Yes, they fight a little bit at first, but ultimately they are friends. Also, if it comes after Secret Wars, one thing that Marvel Studios might be doing is setting up Hercules to kind of be the new Thor of the MCU. Eventually, Chris Hemsworth will be done playing Thor, and we're about to get him in 3 new movies: Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, where we assume he is going to be one of the main characters, especially since his name was the first one revealed in the infamous Avengers Doomsday chair video. And then Thor 5. I don't think he's gonna go past Thor 5. I could be wrong, but that's probably it for Chris Hemsworth. And it's gonna be a new universe after Secret Wars, so it would make sense that they would move on to focus on other characters. Hercules could kind of be the Thor replacement, and Brett Goldstein is super hot right now. He plays Roy Kent in Ted Lasso, and he's also on the show Shrinking, which is a huge hit right now.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm a huge fan of Chris Hemsworth, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. So I'm a little biased, bro. I don't like how they just replaced my guy, but he might got other things going on, like other movies lined up, other TV shows lined up, or he might be retiring. Who knows, you know? Or it might be, who knows, you know? But Hercules becoming the new Thor, bro, it might be kind of dope, because Hercules got his own set of powers, bro. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can pick up the hammer if they're worthy, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Steve Rogers pick it up. So seeing Hercules powers added on to the Thor powers, bro, it might be pretty dope to see on screen, bro. So who knows, man? But I wish the best for Chris Hemsworth, bro.
As well as Ted Lasso, both are big hits. He's a popular actor. Marvel already set him up to be kind of a big player in the next Thor movie, but perhaps they have shifted from that, and now he's going to be a big player in the MCU in general. And I really don't like the fact that we might take a break from Thor. I'd prefer we don't do that in the MCU, but if they do, I think that Brett Goldstein as Hercules would do a good job in the MCU, but let me know your thoughts. Now here's the deal. If it comes out before Avengers Doomsday, then we might get that Hercules versus Thor battle. Heck, maybe even Beta Ray Bill gets involved. Because come on, it's been so long. We need Beta Ray Bill. Hopefully in Thor 5, but at least we would get that Thor and Hercules clash. Now ultimately, I think what happens is somewhat the same. I think he'd go and he would fight Thor at first, but then he would realize that the multiverse is in jeopardy. What Thor did before was actually him trying to save their universe from Gore and his wish from eternity. And after he realizes all of this, he probably realizes, hey, Thor wasn't actually a bad guy. He was actually a good guy. Then they become buds. And then he goes off and does his own thing. Now, we don't know if this is going to be a movie or a show. Daniel RPK just said project. If Thor is going to be involved, then I would like for this to be a movie. And if he's going to be a main character moving forward in the MCU, then it's most likely going to be a movie, since Marvel Studios and Disney just announced that basically their Disney Plus shows won't star main MCU heroes. But
Disney Plus is broke, bro. They can't do it, bro. We just did this video like 2-3 days ago, bro. I don't even know why TV shows on the table, bro. Disney Plus just said they broke, bro. They better not just come out the woodworks and be like, we got money now. Bro, nah, y'all said y'all broke, stay broke. You know what I'm saying? Bro, let Marvel do the movies, because I feel like they'll do the movies right, bro. Let them get back to their regular schedule, and then they can just release the movies on Disney Plus. That's how Disney Plus get their money back. But they got to give credit to the Marvel people. You know what I'm saying? To all the Marvel people, because they wanted to get back on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to work out, bro. I think this should be a movie. But how y'all feel about this whole entire situation, bro? Y'all think Midnight Suns is officially back? Or do y'all think they're going to delay it or cancel it again? Because we know Marvel is known for delaying and canceling stuff after. You know they do it a lot, bro.